Every fighter steps into the ring with a plan, a blueprint for how they're going to win. But the moment that first punch lands, reality hits. And suddenly, that perfect plan, worthless. This is the moment that separates those who break from those who adapt. And in a sport where you literally spend months studying your opponents, creating a plan in hopes to take advantage of their weaknesses, it's imperative that no matter how perfect the plan may seem, you are ready to abandon that plan at any moment and read the situation in front of you. And if I were to define a boxing style that is the embodiment of adapting, I would have to say Miyata's. But it wasn't always like that. You see, in the beginning, Miyata wasn't just boxing for himself. He was carrying a legacy. His father had once been a boxer, and he was a man who built his career on skill and technique. But when he faced a stronger, more aggressive opponent, he was overwhelmed by pure power, and that loss ended his career. But instead of accepting defeat, Miyata's father chose to pass his beliefs on to his son, to prove that strength alone isn't enough, that true boxing, the right way to box, is built on speed, precision, and of course, counterpunching. And so Miyata spent his entire life training under this philosophy. Every time he stepped into the ring, he wasn't just fighting his opponent, he was fighting to prove that his father's way was the right way. And for a while, it worked. He was fast, he was sharp, he outmaneuvered opponents and punished them for their mistakes. It looked like he was destined for greatness, until he met Ryo Mashiba. Mashiba didn't care about Miyata's plan. He didn't play by his rules. His long reach, unpredictable movements, and underhanded tactics threw Miyata completely off his game. And for the first time, Miyata's perfect boxing style wasn't enough. He lost. And not just any loss, he was brutally knocked out. Everything he had built his philosophy on had just been shattered. This is the kind of moment that breaks people. When you dedicate your entire life to a plan, and that plan fails, what are you left with? Some fighters never recover from this type of loss. They start doubting everything, or worse, they double down, refusing to accept that their approach was flawed. But Miyata did something different. Instead of quitting, instead of making excuses, he made a choice. If his plan wasn't enough, then he would change the plan. He didn't abandon his father's teachings. He still believed in the art of counterpunching, but he realized something crucial. Technique alone wasn't enough. He needed knockout power. He needed to hit harder. He needed to make sure that when his counters landed, his opponent stayed down. This is what separates those who succeed from those who don't. The ones who make it aren't the ones who never lose. They're the ones who learn how to adjust, who take the loss and use it to evolve. You're not weak because your plan failed. You're weak if you refuse to adapt. Miyata's biggest mistake wasn't losing. It was thinking that his way was the only way. But the moment he let go of that rigid belief and started growing, he became a completely different kind of fighter. This is the lesson life throws at everyone. You think you have everything figured out, and then reality hits you in the mouth. What you do in that moment determines everything. Do you break? Do you crumble because things didn't go as planned? Or do you adjust, take the loss, and come back even stronger?